You can really taste the maple.
You do know that Riverdale was founded with maple syrup industry.
Here in Riverdale?
Dilton Doily plays with guns. Big one, Betty.
Sardonic humor is just my way of relating to the world.
Everyone knows how much I loved my brother. Exactly.
If we go in there with the entire Scooby Gang, forget it. We're compromised.
War is hell, Jack.
No, Archie. Hell is other people.
Out of the four of us, only you and Archie haven't kissed.
Fascinating.
I'm gonna go get a buddy. Do you want anything?
A glass of milk would be great.
Alice?
Is it true what they say about men who've just been released from prison, FP?
The Coopers are one of the most respected families in Riverdale.
Take your male gaze and your male privilege and get out of the women's locker room.
Happy birthday, dear Chuckhead.
Last night was
A PG-13 grope session?
Color me shocked. Archie Andrews, is that why you became a mediocre musician overnight?
I'm not interested in being anybody's rebound. Besides, I'm more into girls anyways.
And all this time I thought you were a lover, not a fighter.
both. I've got layers.
And it'll be a cold day in hell before a snake lets a pig tell him what to do.
Wow.
Who are you?
Wow. Welcome back, everyone, to a long forgotten subject. My name is Jordan Lowe.
I'm Cliff Barnes.
I am Seth.
We
need to apologize.
There's a lot going on in the pop cultured world.
We had to deal with a whole decade.
Yeah.
We have no excuses.
No.
We all agree. We have no excuses. We needed a break.
Yeah, we had
from
to
the
have a
Dale.
break. Yeah.
We were oversaturated, and now we took a little step back, and now we're coming back strong with the Dale.
Mm-hmm.
We're all caught up. We left off months ago,
re-energized,
and we're not going to make excuses. We're just here to catch you up on the Dale.
And I'm sure there's people who wait till the season's over and binge it on
Right.
Netflix, so it's going to mean nothing to them.
You know, we're not getting paid that much for this. So, let's just get to it. We're going to burn through it.
This is our show, baby. This is what we get out of bed for usually.
That's right.
Riverdale.
This is what we stay up late
We
for.
left off
True.
long time ago.
We're in season 4.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's still season 4, so it wasn't that long.
We have covered exactly 3 episodes of season 4.
I feel ashamed.
Of 11.
So, hey, let's do our Dale. Episode 4, chapter 61, Halloween.
Halloween, that tells
So
you.
it dates it a little bit.
So this was our first introduction that somebody was taping the front of people's houses as far back as Halloween.
The story hasn't really gone anywhere.
But they were using like VHS tape.
Yeah, and Betty,
they had to dig the VCR out to be able to watch it.
But every family in Riverdale had one.
Oh, of course.
yeah, it's like 6 hours worth of footage. They did say maybe it's just a hilarious prank.
See if Reggie's got an alibi.
Yeah, so if you're looking for somebody who might be doing this, well, it's an elaborate one, whoever did it. So,
But also the plot of a movie, a foreign film, what is it called? Cachet, I think it is, of people leaving tapes like that. So
is that what that movie is?
It's a movie reference.
It's Juliette Binoche, I think, is in it. It's in my queue, like known as a really good movie.
Yeah,
I've
I'd never
wanted to
seen it,
watch.
but it's a movie reference.
Okay,
for sure.
well, I didn't even know it had that to do with it, but I've been wanting to watch it. The Muggs has also got a tape, says FB. So we don't hear a lot about the Muggs.
No, that's what, man.
Justice for
That's
Mugs.
That's exactly what I was going to say. We know this is called Justice for Mugs. I don't even remember what was going on in this episode. Jug might still be coming over for Halloween. He's going to hand out candy. They got half brother Charles coming around. He's helping with the tapes
because he's from the FBI.
Yeah.
Jug's at Stonewall Prep. He was already there. Yeah.
So it was the last episode the the cult and Edgar and the rocket? Is
Yeah,
that where
I
we
think-
left off?
I think
because we just
some-
couldn't do any more after.
Yeah.
That was like the highlight of everything.
That's what I was telling somebody at work the other day, and I was like, "Yeah," and he got this rocket, and they were like, "What the hell are
So
you talking
we are now-
about?"
He was dressed like Evil Knievel.
I was like, I was like, "It's just like a cartoon."
So this is the come down point for
Yeah,
the height.
This is
of
where
it.
we were just like,
Yeah.
we were deflated. Like, come on, you can only. It's like I assume this was like if you like take too many drugs. Too much jingle jangle gets in the system, and you have to go detox for a while.
But we can't go cold turkey.
Okay, I've got a screenshot here of their Cheryl and TT are carving pumpkins, and Jason's sitting at the table, just dead. He's a dead body sitting at the table. Oh my gosh! If you're listening to this and you don't watch the show, that's got to sound weird, right? You're thinking I should watch this. So I don't know.
They could at least like carved one and put the pumpkin on over his head, so we didn't have to look at him.
Moose is at Stonewall Prep.
Yeah, he was Juggy's new roommate.
Yeah, he was thinking of joining the army or something, and he's they're calling him Gargoyle Boy. Okay.
Yeah, he's been outed by Brett, I believe, about his, they didn't know about his dad.
Yeah, they were trying to. He was trying to get out from the baggage of Riverdale and start a new life.
Reggie wants to TP Honey's office.
Principal Honey's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he calls him Mr. Honey here.
Oh,
but,
okay.
They're hanging out in the lounge. Okay, so let's see. Mad Dog was there. He's complaining about this is way back when.
Oh, this is when Mad Dog is going to join the football team.
Okay. Back at Stonewall Prep,
the old pigskin. He says
they're talking about the Poe story, the cask of Amontillado. Is that a thing? Is that anything you have a comment on?
That's Poe, man.
Sealed behind a wall, behind bricks or something. I didn't know whether we were going to get some sort of literary information here. We got. It's a lot of stuff I don't remember. She's going to bury Jason. They were back then. She was going to bury Jason out there.
She's getting her
Thornhill.
head on straight, figuring things out.
She was afraid of this. Jason's ghost. It's going to be a problem. There's the doll, Julian.
Yeah.
Jughead's studying, and Donna, that Donna girl, she drugs him. He's groggy.
Okay.
So
this is the.
And then we have Archie and Mad Dog are in super uniforms.
Yeah, he's
Pure Heart.
Yeah, Pure Heart, the powerful,
and the Shield.
Monroe as the Shield. Yes, okay.
Archie characters from the Archie comic history.
The only costumes I remembered thinking about this was Cheryl and Tony's as Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. I thought it was very fitting.
What's the Jughead sister's name? Sweet.
That's Jellybean.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Popeye's baby. Yeah, she's dressed as Lori from Halloween. She's carving a pumpkin.
Betty's dressed as Laurie Strode.
Oh, okay, maybe not. Who's she dressed as? I don't know. Jughead's buried alive.
But this show, like all the fonts on this episode were like John Carpenter font.
Oh,
when it showed what time it was or what day it was using the Halloween font directly.
Yeah, Jughead gets buried alive. Yeah, she is dressed like Laurie Strode. Somebody calls, Black Hood's dead. You can't be calling. Wants her to check on the children. Back at Pop's, Veronica says we're closed. Some guy comes in. He's been driving 18 hours straight.
Is Pop's not very famously open 24 hours?
Ooh, is it? I never knew that.
So when Veronica's like, hey, we're closed. I'm like, you're never closed.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I didn't know that.
Is it?
If you say so, I never thought about that. People are at the gym having a party, and somebody's outside. It's Dodger. This is Dodger, the bad guy.
Dodger.
Eddie. They're chasing down Eddie. That's that kid that. He sticks around a while. Oh yeah, Harley Quinn. She's is that who TT's dressed as? Yeah. And yeah, Poison Ivy. You're right. That was a good costume. Oh, there's a blood moon. The kids are with Nana. Nana's got her eye patch on.
Oh yes.
She's talking about
mystery
Julia.
solved. Remember the beginning of the season? We saw it in a trailer, and we're just fascinated with how Nana got an eye patch.
We needed to
and
know.
the answer is what? Halloween costume? That's her.
I guess.
It's a little weak.
It's like for Halloween, could you cover up that eye? We have
You're scaring the trick-or-treaters.
We have Julian the doll sitting in Jason's wheelchair in the chapel. That's not possible, I said.
So this is where we learn, or it's told to Cheryl, she had a triplet named Julian.
Which
there was a third blossom in the
absorbed.
womb. And now this doll is the ghost of that baby.
And if you go by The Office as canon, then she now has the strength of a full-grown woman and a tiny baby.
Jellybean plays a hilarious prank on Betty and acts like she's dead. The trucker has got a wife and 2 little girls.
That was a creepy scene.
Yeah.
The diner scene was really well done.
Chuck's going to help Betty trace the call. So Kev is talking to Mr. Honey about Mrs. Burble at college. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, and Mrs. Burble has been mentioned quite a bit.
Yeah, we're just now starting to learn about her. So this is where Archie's like learning about all these kids that are getting pushed around by Dodger. So and
he can't let anything go ever.
No. He is an obsessed guy.
He's got to solve it.
So Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn decide to have a seance here with Nana Rose and Julian in the wheelchair. And it's not Jason. Yeah, she tells her about in the womb, all that, just like you said. This is where it was at. Penelope was devastated, but she reared it alongside the 2 of you, this doll. Kept it in the attic. But now it's back, and it's haunting Thistle House. To what end? Okay, so we got to dig him back. We got to dig Jason back up. Park him at the kitchen table. And get rid of this creepy ass doll. Bury him in the grave, because this all makes perfect sense. Yes. They agree that is the plan. So Reggie's meeting with Mr. Honey. He says, I'm the prankster. Okay. Because he pranked the office. He put the toilet paper, of course. So Chuck and Betty are trying to trace the call of whoever's calling, pretending to be her dad. He's been walking up and down Elm Street, putting razor blades into candy. It's coming from Shady Grove Treatment Center. I think it's Polly prank calling. It's Edgar. No, come on. Edgar's worm food. Yeah, still creepy guy, trucker. The family man she hears on the news. Family man.
That's right, yeah.
Michael Matthews.
The classic, like, escaped convict story. Like
forced his victims to cook him meals before brutally murdering them.
And did he make him like sing a song as well?
He killed a trucker and stole his clothes and vehicle. She tries to get out of there. He comes after her a little later. and she sets him on fire, as you do.
You think in a normal dramatic TV show that would be like the highlight?
Oh, sure. Setting guy on fire.
Yeah, not Riverdale.
The next day after Halloween, Reggie comes out.
Yeah, I swear I wrote this down because I wasn't 100% sure, but the moment has passed. But when the show opens in the John Carpenter font, it says day before Halloween.
Yeah,
and then now it says, when the next morning comes, it's day after Halloween. I was like, wait, when was Halloween?
I think it was what we've been talking about. That was Halloween.
I don't think it ever said Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they skipped. They
Yeah.
skipped over the writing.
So it looks like Mr. Honey toilet papered Reggie's car. So that's such a shame when someone disrespects your property. Big plot point there.
The prankster gets pranked.
So JJ's getting his hair combed. Everything's back to normal, they said. Jughead, who was buried alive this whole time, finds out, Moose breaks him out. But he was not buried alive. The coffin was just in a room, in their room where they have their meetings. It's just a bit of Halloween fun. He's been in there for like 2 days.
The Stonewall guys put Reggie's pranking to shame.
Eddie, that one kid, got shot in the leg. Apparently, he's in the hospital. Just a flesh wound. They took away his switchblade. But Archie's going to protect him from Dodger. He needs a mask. He's not going to fight in these tights anymore. He needs a mask. He's going to get him a black hood, I believe. Okay, so
he just keeps one in like the desk drawer, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Just a spare black hood.
You always have to have one on hand.
Mana Rose still has her patch on. I just want to be clear. It's the day after Halloween.
Yeah, I want to say there was something more to the eye patch. Like, maybe I'm probably wrong, but I had it in my head that there was something with one of the babies that they poked her in the eye or something.
That was my theory. That's what was going to happen.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
It was so convincing. You believed it.
And Chuck wants her to join the junior FBI.
Because that's the thing.
We get a flash forward to the coroner's office where we see Jughead's dead body. That's the end of the episode. Mm-hmm. So that didn't take too long. We flew through that one.
Was that the one that they're IDing his body? They're standing there holding hands. Yeah. That was a good scene, though. I liked how that ended. Betty and Veronica standing there. Yeah.
I don't know. This doesn't look like Veronica. This is FP and Betty.
Okay, I'm thinking of Fred. When they had ID Fred.
Yeah. That
it's been too long.
That is right. I remember
we can never let this happen again.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
This is not up to our standards.
No.
And we owe everyone an apology.
Yes.
Okay. Next, Chapter 62, Witness for the Prosecution. So, high school athlete by day, would-be crime fighter by night. Every night, out the window with a bucket of water. Only you can prevent forest fires, Archie. He's patrolling the shadows of what? What alley? Because I really like the name of the alley.
Crime alley.
That's all I could think of.
Sketch alley.
Yeah, didn't he open a boxing gym on Sketch Alley? Adjacent to Sketch Alley. Good job, Archie. Location.
He's saving some lady and she sprays him in the face.
Is he wearing the hood?
Yeah.
Then he deserves it. He's running around in a black hood. We've not healed from that yet.
Betty wants to know what Kev's after-school plans are. He says he's going to be cruising the bathrooms at Sheds and Royal. What?
Poor Kevin.
I don't know.
Come up with
I'm starting to think that some of this is problematic. They really act like Kev is just only about one thing.
It's going to take like 8 more episodes for Kevin to finally find his calling in life.
Right. Yeah. He wants to. He thinks he will join the FBI thing that her half brother's doing.
He's trying to get back into Betty's good graces still. So,
right. Yeah. So we tall boy petite.
Yeah, there
What
was
was that?
There was a mention of him. I do remember.
Yeah, this is when Hermione was in jail, and Molly Ringwald was visiting her.
Yeah,
F-boy was. F-boy. FP. That's what he says all the time. It's a boy. FP is going to testify that he searched Tallboy's apartment and that there was no bag of money there. I don't care. That's just so long ago. So Jughead's complaining, to Donna that she drugged him. He doesn't really like her. He said he knows the Stonewall 4 is supposed to be an urban legend. 4 people had actually gone missing. He's busy in basic training. He's been texting, I assume with Moose he's talking about. They've got advanced copies of the latest novel, 10 Little Boy Scouts. This is one of those Baxter Brother mysteries that Mr. Chipping wrote. Yeah. His nom de plume is Franklin P. Paxton. The Secret of the Old Windmill came out after that decades ago. How's that possible? Well, he's explaining how there's been a long line of ghostwriters for the Baxter Brothers series.
And they've all come through that school.
And Jughead's mind is blown.
Yeah.
He can't believe it. It's a really good...
Those were his favorite books growing up.
Right. So... Pops gets a subpoena from the Rams defense team. They're going to ask if he doctored Le Bon Nuit's books to make him look guilty, which he did. But he's not going to place his hand on a Bible and say otherwise, because he's Pops. He doesn't do that. So she goes and yells at the Ram, because Pops is a good man.
Because he's still in prison.
Right, yeah. Both her parents are in prison. And the Ram is like, I didn't drag Pop into this, you did. You framed me. So she's going to say she did all this, so whatever. Kev and Betty are junior FBI people now because Charles is hot, so Kev's there because he's got one thing on his mind. So they're teaching them about this crime scene. He's showing these some weird looking dudes.
That really is bothering me right now.
What?
Like, they do a pretty decent job with Cheryl and Tony's relationship, and and writing that, but then when it comes to Kevin, it's just
that's what I'm noticing. It's like every time it's anything with Kevin, it's all just all he wants to do is have sex with guys and no relationship or whatever anymore. They used to focus. It was like he was trying to have a relationship. Now it is literally just.
And the showrunner is gay. So it's not like you can say, they just don't know anything about the gay life, gay men. Like somebody does.
They've written Kevin into like every male gay character Kevin has been in some sort of relationship at one time with, and I'm just like, that doesn't
So the junior FBI, Chuck is teaching him some stuff, and he realizes that Betty is a serial killer savant. She's just like picking the serial killers out of lineups left and right.
Well, she's got those serial killer genes,
Yes. She flashes back on that CDH13 genes. Jughead's looking for his Baxter Bros books. Say that 5 times fast. FP threw him out. Calm down, boy. Gonna accuse me of book burning? No, he says go check in the basement. Now he does find him. He didn't throw him out. He's like, I used to worship these guys. They did crossovers with Tracy True. It's like, Dad used to get me one of these for my birthday every year. He's like, you outgrew him, boy.
But did he really?
Did he really? Exactly. That's not the truth. Okay. Some kid was shoplifting. He was reading comic books. And Archie's trying to get him out of trouble. Back at Stonewall, Mr. DuPont makes his first appearance. He's the originator of the Baxter Brothers. The very first Franklin P. Paxton. Chipping has been writing the last 4 books. And Jughead's really excited. Somebody says, "Keep it in your pants, Jones." So they're each going to write the first 3 chapters and try to have a little contest or whatever. Betty goes and sees the doctor about her jeans, I guess.
Doctor, can you help me with my jeans?
So she says she doesn't have the jeans. She's telling Kev that, but I don't believe her. Archie's out in his black hood, saving people. He's talking to his kids. Betty is got a spotlight, or she's interviewing herself. I don't know what's going on. The dark deeds you did in our youth, like what we did to our old cat Caramel. This is where.
Oh man, Caramel! I've seen that cat die so many times now.
This and here it says they drowned Caramel. That she drowned Caramel. That's not how I remember it. FP's and
drowned her under a rock.
FP's in court talking about how he had to discharge his weapon. Then back at Stonewall, we have. This is. Are you excited yet?
I've been waiting weeks for this.
For weeks and weeks. They're going through the yearbook. There's Francis DuPont, captain of the fencing team, treasurer of the literary society, and then we see the group, the back row. Theodore Weisel.
So this, much like Jughead in his salon at the moment of literary folks, this was the salon at the time his grandpa was there.
Yes. Theodore Weisel, Francis DuPont Jr., Forsyth Jones, his grandfather, Jane Dallas, and who? I'll let you say it.
Charles Chickens. Charles Chickens.
Oh, that's...
So much like Riverdale does with, just slightly off names. Obviously, Forsyth Jones the first, grandpa. Francis DuPont, the originator, the guy who's still around, the adversary with Jughead right now. Theodore Weisel sounds a lot like Theodore Geisel, Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Jane Dallas is another city in Texas from Jane Austen.
Oh, yeah, okay. Boy.
And then we just go Charles Chickens. It rhymes with Dickens. So we'll go with Charles Chickens.
Wow.
See, do they not expect people to freeze frame these? Or do they? Is it a reward?
Yeah, it's a reward.
It's a reward.
This is a reward. This is how they pay us back for this. So Jughead has to go chase down I think it's DuPont, talk to him about his grandpa, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he was a real rabble-rouser."
So like immediately I'm thinking, oh, Grandpa Jones did the writing. So like it was immediate that he was not the actual author.
Yeah. Then we see Betty picturing, she sees herself outside getting ready to smash the cat with a rock as a child. FP is talking to, complaining about how, his dad was not so great. Don't act like he was some great thing. He used to take it out on me and your grandma.
And I like that they add some complexity to it. Jughead wants to get to know the grandpa, but he's not a good guy, and he hurt the family. So, it's not... FP wasn't being bad. He was trying to shield Jughead from that. So that's one of the more realistic or interesting family dynamics going on at the moment.
At Stonewall, they decide to play a murder game. They play some sort of game. Yeah. They all take a card and...
Yeah, they have to guess who the murderer is.
Yeah, there are games. Yeah. I've played games like that. And you got a wink on this. They got a wink or whatever. That's how you kill somebody. Die 5 seconds later if you get winked at. And
there's been a murder in Savannah.
they're like, hey, I just killed you. Jughead wins the game fair and square. He's a worthy inheritor of the mantle. Let's see.
Yeah, he beats out Brett Weston Wallace. Comes down to the final two of them there. Yeah, Jughead takes him out before he can guess he's the murderer.
Hermione pleads guilty to be able to get out of jail, I think. Betty admits that she has the genes to Kev, and that she sees her dad giving her the rock to kill the cat. It's bad. Kev's like, that's weird. FP goes down to the El Royale. He said, people have been complaining about your center. He's like, well, it's not us. We're not doing it.
It's that Dodger.
We're not doing this bad stuff. It's Dodger. Brett, I'm calling him Biff. Biff and Jughead are arguing. They don't get along at all. We got more Archie. It's just the same every time. Okay. Jughead wants to go back to Riverdale to be with his friends. He's like, man, the FP's not having it. He said, he's explaining about the books. He's like, you get back there and show those preppies what's up. Don't take any of their crap. Betty tells Chuck, I have the genes. Chuck says, me too. We get this private investigator.
Do we think Chuck's on the up and up? Or
oh, no.
Has he always been creepy?
Yeah, I haven't liked him from the get-go.
Yeah.
Never trusted him.
He's weird. We have this private investigator. Did we know yet who she was? This is this chick?
I don't
know.
Think so.
Yeah, this is right. This is what she tells her. Okay. Hermosa. It's her sister.
Hermosa Lodge. Got another half sister.
Yeah,
coming out of the woodwork.
This is how we roll. The Ram is out of prison now too, I guess.
He comes and goes as he pleases.
Yeah. He's gonna run. It's his prison.
You own the prison. I mean,
he's gonna run for mayor. That is from the outhouse to the penthouse. I'm telling you. So,
Riverdale's had more mayors in 4 seasons.
Yeah, Betty's trying to tell.
And Marietta's had in 25 years.
Betty's trying to tell Kevin to quit asking whether Charles is gay or straight, and we need to start asking if he's a serial killer or not.
Yeah, this is the point. Betty is always the sane one, the one who's the rock, and these couple episodes it's like her believing that I didn't ever believe she would believe that she couldn't control her own genes.
Right.
That she was programmed to be a killer.
She's like, he only ever goes to Pop's or my house or the FBI office, and that's it. Or this spatula or everything between this. Sorry, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, Edgar's gone. Has he not been assigned other work stuff?
Just training the high school kids.
Okay, so Archie's all dressed up. He's going to go beat up Dodger or something again. Okay. Start calling me Forsyth the Third, says Jughead. They're supposed to write something about the perfect murder. And then we get to the end of this episode, and it is biology class spring semester. Everybody's sitting in there, and they're in trouble for the cold-blooded murder of my son, Jughead Jones. Well, I do declare. So,
Now, there's been a theory online. I don't.
I'm listening.
It goes back a while, but like that these flash forwards are the story Jughead's writing.
That's actually immediately. That was the only thought I had with it.
Because he's not dead.
Right. And this would make, to me, at this point...
I guess if you say it like that, I guess I should face the fact that isn't really happening.
But to me, that my thought process was, okay, this is the story he's writing, and we're going to find out that at the end of the year. And then we get to have a whole nother senior year.
Oh, so that's a way
this
to
is
stretch.
The way, right.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah. You just blew my mind, Cliff. I was like already like, okay, you're right. But now I want even more of what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because, they've shown every episode has had a flash forward showing what's going to happen.
Right.
It's set in stone. And it's like, well, how are they going to get out of this? It's not a dream sequence or whatever. Mm-hmm. So is it Jughead concocting this? Because, this whole series is Jughead narrating and writing it.
Right.
So is this the specific thing he's doing?
Yeah, it would totally not surprise me if next season we rewind the clock and, like, everybody's back. We've retconned everything. Weatherby's still the principal, and that just would be the whole mess.
That would be the most Riverdale thing Riverdale had ever Riverdale.
Okay. Want to do another one this episode?
We're at 38 minutes.
Yeah, let's throw another one in here. Chapter 63, Hereditary. So Archie's saving kids still. Jug can't write. Cheryl is having dreams about the doll.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Right. I've been having dreams about it. Dodger trashes the gym. Kevin says that Charles sounds like a lonely gay guy, not a serial killer. He's still on that. Betty says, could be both. The lodges are getting into the rum business.
I feel like at some point there was a mention. Wasn't there a scene with Hiram and Archie back in the day, like around a fireplace, where he's talking about his rum and his family's?
Yeah.
He offers Archie some rum or something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this wasn't completely out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's been going on. Jug rereads all the Baxter Boy books, and he thinks his granddad wrote the first book. We were already on to that. Betty visits Chick, which is great. Gotta have some more Chick.
Yeah, we have not seen him in
a long time. Not since at the battle with the bear, and then all that.
He tells her. He tells her that he and Charles had brought a friend home to the Last Resort Hostel, and they did too much jingle jangle, and Charles killed the guy with scissors. Okay. My favorite thing in this episode was...
Oh, I hope it's my favorite thing, too.
Was that Tony told Cheryl that she needed to go back to school. Like, she's been home forever. She's missed all this school.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything. Finally, Tony's like, you need to go to school. And she's like, okay. Well, then I hold on a second. And she goes and pours salt around the doll. Mm-hmm. The circle around the doll so she can go to school. And then it's like, okay, I can go to school. The kids are getting paid by Dodger in Wipeout tokens and pizza. That's an arcade.
Mm-hmm. Wipeout arcade.
That's right.
Yeah. While Cheryl was at school, though, this is the best sentence I'm ever going to say. Dagwood swallowed a ping pong ball. And then Dr. Saperstein did a tracheotomy, so he's fine.
He's fine now.
That was a journey. A lot happened in that sentence.
Well, they're leaving the babies with Nana Rose when they go to school. It's no wonder Cheryl hasn't been to school. She can't
Why
leave
does
the
she
babies
even have
with
the
Nana
babies?
Rose?
Why is Cheryl the caretaker of these babies?
That's true.
She's
That
the
doesn't
most
make any
responsible
sense.
person in Riverdale.
Because they're Alice's grandchildren.
Right, they're just like, whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I love that. I love that that's just such a secondary thing that she's raising these kids. She's bat crazy. Okay.
But all this nonsense with the haunting and the dead brother and the doll, like, okay, for a Halloween episode, that works for me. Mm-hmm. But, like, they stretched it out for a long time, and I was really losing interest until this episode you realize, wait a minute, somebody's messing with Cheryl. She's being gaslit into believing all this.
Sure, we all realize that, right? Hermione starts hostessing at the speakeasy. That was a thing. Cheryl catches...
Wait, Hermione?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Veronica's mom.
Yeah, starts hostessing at the speakeasy.
I don't remember that.
It was very short.
It was only in this episode.
Yeah, it was just this
She's
episode.
not been on much either. She's not.
She was in prison. Now she's out. She pled guilty, came out, decided to start hostessing for a minute.
That's how you get your life back on track.
Plead guilty.
Work at a illegal underage speakeasy.
Yes. Cheryl catches the doll and Jason conspiring together. Okay. And then Aunt Cricket and Uncle Bedford let themselves in.
Yeah, when these two yahoos show up, you realize, they want something from Cheryl.
Betty does a polygraph on Chuck, and he says that Chick killed the guy, but he is hiding something. He is a recovering jingle jangle addict.
Who is it?
We've all been touched by the jingle jingle.
The Ram goes to the El Royale and makes a donation in honor of Fred, but Archie refuses.
Yep.
Says no thanks. Cheryl's family wants to sell the syrup biz. That's that's what the aunt and uncle, and they want to sell Thistle House, and they want they want money. They say, well, they want to light a votive candle in the chapel.
No. A black voodoo candle in the chapel.
What?
Yes.
It's a votive candle.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure.
Because I remember
I watched it with the text on.
Because I was like, what is a black voodoo candle?
A votive candle. It's, like you light it.
Yeah, I know what a votive.
Church. Yeah, that's what they were said.
Oh, okay. I like voodw candle better.
I do too.
I was like, that doesn't. What is that? I don't know what that is.
But they, well, I say we change it.
Yeah,
they want to light a voodoo candle. She can't let him in there, obviously. For obvious reasons.
And then it becomes like Three's Company. Like,
Yeah.
it really did.
Oh no, we gotta keep out of that room.
Right. This is a misunderstanding. Chrissy's got a bun in the oven? She's just cooking. The Ram visits Hermione and takes his shirt off. She swoons, of course.
Yeah.
And that's it. She's done hostessing. That was short-lived.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
As I was watching it, I was like, are you serious? Like this? No.
Right.
But then after it happened, I was like, well, I'm glad they reset that and everybody's back to normal now.
All I gotta do is take your shirt off. I swooned a little. Jug's grandpa had left. They figured out he left Stonewall Prep to go to Riverdale High. Ronnie bribes the kids, the gym, to come to the gym. She buys video games to put in the gym and pops food.
Yep.
Get them over there. Cheryl does the obvious. She's got to do it. She drowns the doll.
Yes. So we have buried the doll, poured salt around the doll, and now we're going to drown it.
Yeah. We find out about an anagram. You want to tell us about that?
Are you talking about Frosty Pajamas?
Yeah.
This was my favorite line of the episode. Find out his pen name. This Jughead's grandpa, right? Used the pen name Frosty Pajamas. And Jug says Frosty is almost an anagram of Forsyth.
Almost.
It's like, it is? Is it? And how can something almost be an anagram?
Close enough. Bitsy Bane is the next door neighbor of the Baxter brothers, by the way. Bitsy Bane. Chick calls the FBI. I don't know why. That's what I've written down. Archie's new gym/arcade is a hit.
Chick calls the. He wanted to call the FBI because he was going to inform them about the dead body.
Oh, where they hid the body?
Where they hid the body of the guy from that Betty called and showed up at the house.
And then, Oh, yeah.
And then the FP took care of the body.
Right. Mm-hmm. Dodger comes and calls out Archie as being the mask guy. Cops come and they leave.
He's like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Then there's the whole thing. Charles and Skeet go do the body stuff.
Yeah. So they're going. They think at this point, Charles says they have to dig the body up and move it because
otherwise
Chick
they're
says
busted.
It's
Says some father-son bonding.
Right.
Jug meets with Mr. DuPont and accuses him of not writing the first book.
Oh.
Yeah, this is after they went and found the old Riverdale paper that his grandfather had written.
Frosty Pajamas had written it before.
And it had some of the same characters, and it was very similar to the first Baxter Brothers book.
Yeah. Ronnie and she meets up with her half-sister, Hermosa. That's her name, right?
Yes.
Literally just name her. They're at Pops. They're talking about because the Ram, since he took his shirt off, he and Hermione are going to renew their vows tomorrow.
The Ram's the worst character, but Hermione's worse because she has no story outside of Hiram.
I did like Veronica's reaction to it. Like, come on. Are you serious? This is really happening right here, Mom?
Cheryl chains the chapel door shut. So they decide, those relatives decide they're going to get her committed. Jug proves to Mr. Chipping that DuPont is the bad guy or whatever. Proves it.
He stole the Baxter Brothers' fortune from his grandfather.
Got the Black Hood is hanging on Archie's door there. There's a drive-by shooting at the Andrews house. He has to dive with Molly Ringwald onto the floor. I was trying to tell somebody at work that happened. They were like, shut up. I was like, I know. I don't know why. I just had to tell somebody. Hermosa replaces Ronnie's painting in the Rams' office. Mm-hmm. It's now of her.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And Veronica is offended.
Yeah. Archie calls the Ram for help. Which I would think he'd be all over that. But he says, call FP. It's like, oh, what, you want me to go kill this guy or something? Back at Stonewall, they're discussing Heart of Darkness. When Mr. Chipping dives through the stained glass window. I literally showed this to this girl at work. I was like, look at this. Watch this guy jump out the stained glass window.
It happens so fast.
Yeah.
With nothing leading up to it.
No. He's like, sorry.
It gave me whiplash.
Oh, yeah. It was great.
I loved it.
But that wasn't even the best part. After he jumped out the window, Jughead's like, panicked. Like, what the hell just happened? He looks at his classmates, and they're all just staring at him like it's perfectly normal.
Yeah.
Like, what's your problem, kid?
Yeah, obvious suicide. Uncle Bedford finds Jason in the chapel and attacks Cheryl. So, Tony wangs him with a candle holder.
Yeah.
You need to have a wang sound effect because there's a lot of wanging going on in these next few episodes. Charles, this is when we find out Charles is up to no good here in some fashion. Charles and Chick celebrate that FP led him to the body.
Yeah. Because he didn't know where it was.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what this does for
Totally
them.
played him.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to like put FP in jail later. They declare their love for each other too. So it's a serious thing. All the way back since the last resort. They kill guys with scissors together.
Yeah.
See, I kind of already forgotten Chick was even back. So like that storyline didn't have a whole lot of pull to it. So
Aunt Cricket can't find Uncle Bedford. And Cheryl just kicks her out. She's like, go home. You're never going to find that guy in here. Ugh. Reggie and Archie find Dodger wrapped in a carpet and beaten half to death. And we assume that...
It was so dumb, too.
We assume the Ram is involved in this.
But they're just walking down through the alley and they're like, hey, what's that carpet
Yeah,
there?
free carpet. We could use some carpets. And then, and to end it, we get back at Stonewall. Mr. DuPont replaces Chipping.
did he replace the window?
I don't know. When I watched it, I went and got that GIF so I could show you guys. But it is like there's some the glass like no, I don't know. There's some CGI going on there. That was it.
That was it. Okay.
So we should stop there, I think.
Yeah, that's a good place. We just knocked out 3 episodes trying to get caught up at Riverdale. I'm sure our audience, the Jesse's out there they're like us. They're way beyond these episodes. So we're just trying to catch up.
I did have someone tell me they're behind because they only watch them because they know they have to keep up with us.
Right.
Oh,
well, the pressure's on now.
Yeah. I like the sound of that, though. I like that.
Yeah, I had to watch 5 episodes today. It's been a long day. All right, we did it.
All right.
So you're welcome.
Thank you.
That was fun. I missed doing that. We'll do better in the future, but keeping more timely and better notes, more detail for you, because that's what you deserve. And we hope you come back next episode. If you haven't looked at the number of this one, we're at 199.
That's right.
So we're going to have something a little special for you next time for the big 200 Ka-Pow-niversary. Just coin that. I like it.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're going to be back shortly. Thanks for listening. My name is Jordan Lowe.
I'm Cliff Barnes.
Oh, me too. Bye forever.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
We're back!
Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast, is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Sounds, music, and clips played during the podcast are property of copyright holders. All original content is property of www.udownwithkpp.com.
When my mother was pregnant with me, they did an ultrasound and found she was having twins. When they did another ultrasound a few weeks later, they discovered that I had resorbed the other fetus. Do I regret this? No. I believe his tissues made me stronger. I now have the strength of a grown man and a little baby.
I do declare. You don't have to keep saying I do declare.
Southern people talk.
And what designing woman are you basing that on?
Delta Buck, I do declare.
What is the main industry in Savannah?
Murder. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.